12 Years a Slave won Best Picture in 2013. I recently reviewed Argo, which won Best Picture in 2012. Check out that review. But for now, 2013 Best Picture, 12 Years a Slave. This is a film that is based on a true story of Solomon Northup, who was a great violin player, who is talking with these two older gentlemen. Next thing he knows, he's drunk, and when he wakes up, he is taken as a slave. And for 12 years is a slave, as said in the title. This is an extraordinary film. I'm just going to get it right off the bat. This is a masterpiece. The detail in this film is extraordinary. The costume design, the production design, the cinematography. Holy cow, there are so many long takes in this film. But it's not the type of long takes where it's like, wow, that is just beautiful. It's like, wow, this is hard to watch, because with utilizing the long takes, it just shows the brutality in all of its form. This is definitely an artful film, and I can see why some might not like it because of that, but this is such an important film. I loved every second of this film. And when I say love, I don't mean like I enjoyed watching it, because I'd be lying. This is not an enjoyable film. Is this one of my favorite films? Absolutely. But it's not one of those films where I'm like, you know what? Once every couple months, I'm going to put this in my good old Blu-ray player. It's more of those once every year or two, if that. Kind of like Schindler's List, Munich. There's just certain films where it's like, it's so powerful and it's so important, but you get it. You get it after a couple of viewings. Like, you feel as though you've experienced what this main character is going through almost, just because of the grittiness that is shown on screen by the director. And it's incredible to watch. This is a film that is both emotional as well as just showing the brutality in unflinching manners. It's very interesting. It's well developed too. I loved how they showed how some slaves, were bad. They were just like sometimes even worse than slave owners. Whilst there was also some good slaves that like you just kind of like understand and feel for. And it's kind of like also the slave owners. You have some like Benedict Cumberbatch's character where he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to own these slaves. He wants to take care of them to the best of his ability. He treats them like family. But because of the time period, he can't do anything. Then on the other end, you have obviously Michael Fassbender's character, who is one of the worst villains in cinema. And when I say worst, I mean he's one of the most interesting and also brutal, but he's the worst because of the tactics he uses to garner all these slaves to actually work. It's very hard to watch. And I know it sounds very hard with what I'm describing, but that's the thing. This is a film that is willing to take risks in its filmmaking. And I praise Steve McQueen III, because he is a third, because he is a British director. And so he goes into this material as an outsider, because he is just kind of showing it as it is, not like an Americanized version. And when I say that, I mean he is showing all perspectives of this matter. And that's the brilliant thing about it. Because I easily could see someone else directing this film and showing that the slaves were good and the plantation owners were bad. And that easily could have been a film that would have been not as powerful and just very one-dimensional. And instead, we have 12 Years a Slave, a three-dimensional, very well-acted film, emotionally resonant film that is also technically well-made and easily one of the best films of the 2010s and quite possibly ever. 12 Years a Slave, without a question, gets a 5 to 5-star rating. Or, for those that like a good old hot sauce rating, almost forgot, gets the good old ghost pepper rating. 12 Years a Slave is a fantastic film. And the question I always ask at the end of my reviews is, did it deserve Best Picture? You're darn tootin' it deserved Best Picture. 12 Years a Slave was incredible. I do have to say, though, 12 Years a Slave and Prisoners, for me, were the best films of that year. With Gravity, being in third place. But 12 Years a Slave and Prisoners are both neck and neck. But I think 12 Years a Slave gets pushed a little bit further simply just because of its subject matter and its importance. And I'm definitely glad that I've heard that people are starting to show this in high schools. Definitely important to show. So, 12 Years a Slave. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys.